Yeah, so sorry, you got no excuse. We just, it's just us. Go. Yeah, that's it. That's the one. And you know the rules, Luna. Never mix drink and root. It's kind of weird though, because I can do algebra, but the second I put numbers into it, nope. Man, some of my drunk experiences. Well, I don't know what the drunk experience was, but some of the things I've woken up to after drinking and then doing server admin. Once I think I trashed the system so bad from trying to do some work after a night out that it reinstalling was the solution. Yeah, that's pretty much what I do. But I just stick it in a calculator. I can work out the formula I need to get the answer, so I just use that to solve the problem. But obviously, I'm in trouble when I get to times where I can't do that. I can't even remember. I know I've studied them, and I'm sitting there trying to recall one thing that I remember from it, and my mind's completely blank. You're one of the few people that if you say it's difficult, you know it's difficult. Oh, really? I never knew that. Is that an online course? Thank you very much. One benefit though, from all this is it drives my kids to learn maths. So even my youngest is a maths genius, just purely just so they can turn around and say they're better than me or something. Let me close some tabs down so I can get this working. When you're up to 30 tabs, you know you've had your computer on too long. Thank you very much for this, Jangle Stick. I hope this works in, well, I hope there's a workaround for me to do this from the UK. But I'm sure you've given me enough information to find my own country's version if I need to. I haven't tried Ubuntu in ages. Mint's just overtaken it so much nowadays as being the perfect Linux desktop environment that I just don't see a reason to recommend it anymore. That sounds like the my idea of hell watching that, Galen. But I will recommend that because one of my viewers will love that video, so it won't go to waste. Someone's got the itch. What distro are you going to switch from now? Is it Ubuntu? Well, so I've heard lots of good things about Fedora, so you're probably in for a good ride. I mean, don't take 2 seconds to fire up a VM though, and quickly test for yourself before running it on bare metal. I still can't get into the flat pack way of life. I mean, I understand why people like them, but for me, part of the reason why I switched in the first place was because I prefer the Linux way of installing packages, whereas Flatpak seems more like the old Windows way of doing it. I can't really say much on Fedora though. The last time I used it was Fedora Core 3, back when it was still called Core. And I have heard that, Luna, about the same defaults. I think the only downside people really give about it is that you need to install the RPG Fusion repo, which just makes it a little bit out of reach to recommend to brand new users. I mean, nothing wrong with using a custom repository. I'm even managing my own, but you don't want to be doing that on your first day of migrating. Yeah, it's always the best. I mean, let's be honest. If you recommend someone Mint for their first install, you've caught nearly every issue that someone's going to have. I mean, it's so good, it's boring, because you've got nothing really to fix. And when that's your only issue, you've done your job well. Yep. I used to be a bit like that, Luna, if I was there to offer support, but nowadays I how do I word it? I only recommend something a little bit more hands-on if I know the person's willing to teach themselves. Yeah. Although, I don't remember the last time I actually needed to use a guide on Mint. Thank you for the follow, Jangle Stick. And you're 100% right. A stable system is the thing for every single person. But I'm not a normal person. For me, there's nothing that brings me more joy than something breaking and having to fix it. The whole of Linux has just gone so far. It's not even really Arch. I mean, back when I first switched, Gentoo was a nightmare. If I wanted to install something new, I actually had to plan about 8 hours to learn how to configure it myself. Nowadays, I run emerge, start the scripts, away you go. And yeah, play. Nothing wrong with your way. I'm the weird one, not you. Although saying that, I am playing it quite safe at the moment. I've got Arch. No, I've got Arch actually on my main PC. And as much as I prefer running Gentoo, I just can't bring myself to remove Arch that's been running well for 4 years now. It's like, yeah, pretty much that, isn't it? Like, how can you take down a system that's working so good? I do have a laptop that I do some dev work on though. That runs Gentoo. Yep, that ThinkPad. Bargain of the year, that one. Arch is really good. I prefer it for any system that I'm doing a lot of VM work on. It just runs virtual machine stuff so well. Although I have heard that Debian has caught up now with that, and I believe Fedora has as well. But again, I don't really need to switch from a system that's been working already. And I'll let you know, Luna. Remind me though on Monday. Well, it's pretty much the only supported distro at the moment, isn't it? So it would be the easiest one. Ooh, what am I stuck on? How's that? Oh, I did not know that. Obviously, I've not really been following it too well. Now, someone's already done it though. It's not as fun following someone else's steps. Although I suppose I could make it a little bit more challenging and install it from Mac OS directly. Oh, I think this coil's got on the vape. What I really want to get though at the moment is an titanium system. That I think that's my dream machine. How far are we going on this at the moment? So anyway, tell me more about this this other streamer then. You're actually watching him install Linux from scratch at the moment. Yeah, so I can see the I can see why I got a little bored. It's a labour of love, that one. More war crimes towards hard. Oh, very nice. The problem with projects like that is it's slow progress. So it's fun when you've got stuff to do, but most of it you're just sitting around waiting, aren't you? Kind of why the 360 is not as fun for me, because there's so much building time to get to the next stage after, you know, to try something new. Spread out the fire. That's why you need multiple projects on the go. So when one gets boring, you can jump to another one, and then when you find the solution, you can jump back again. Yeah, I'd find that stuff really fun, but I think I'd be more enjoying the fact that I'd be learning new stuff while I'm doing it. So that would be my that would be what be keeping me coming back. I don't even know anything about that. Oh, you're setting up a build route. I feel so sorry for you, Luna. You're far too innocent to be learning about the awfulness of build route. A reverse SSH. What are you doing? You sure you're not giving everyone your bitcoins or something? I haven't used Buildroot for a long time, so probably not. But I started learning embedded stuff with Buildroot around about your skill level at the moment, so I know you're in for an awful time. Awful time is probably the wrong choice of word. You're in for a lot of headbanging. Yeah, free bitcoins as well. You can't redeem them, but you get a nice fancy picture. Yeah, just for was it created to build DDWRT, the old router program originally? I don't know where it really came from. I used to use it back when smartphones used to run Windows CE, and we used to port Linux over to that. That's how I got involved. Honestly though, I was just I think I was 18 at the time, and I had no idea what I was doing. Yeah, pretty much. It just makes like a little image that can be flashed onto anything you've supported. I believe, anyway. Like, we're talking 18 years since I've last used this, so memory could be very rusty. Yeah, tomato as well. I never really looked into using that one though. If I remember rightly, was that the one, the firmware you needed to use if your router was running VX? Oh yeah, I've seen people do like little BusyBox images for things with it. Most people seem to just use init RAM now for that though. I've only recently come back into these weird projects. I'm trying to think what my first experience of BusyBox was. No, can't actually remember. I don't remember Roxbox. Is that anything to do with the old iPod Linux port back in the day? I remember doing some stuff on that. Give me 2 seconds, I'm just going to grab a drink from downstairs. Right, I'm back. So yeah, my normal friends, you know, non-techie ones, were pretty good to me back in the day. So they used to let me install Linux onto their random devices. One of them let me put it on his iPod. And you're lucky that you can install custom ROMs on yours. Now I'm in the real world. Unfortunately, I can't put it on mine. Because although everything works really well, it doesn't support Bluetooth audio. And that's pretty much a deal breaker for me. And spoken like a true user, Jangle. Back when Vorbis was going to be the next big audio format. It is kind of true, innit? Android's kind of got to a spot now where there's not much benefit of installing a custom ROM for functionality. I mean, the only real big one nowadays I can see is ad blocking. And that's a valid point about the trust for APKs. I mean, I only use open source programs, so I trust it as far as I really can. Yeah, I think you can do side loading from that. I'm just lazy though, and stick the APK on the device and run it from a file manager. Yeah, region lock games. Good luck, Luna. We want to see results though. Oh no, I'm trying to sit there and think. I'm remembering Open Embedded. Was that anything to do with build root as well, or was that just a separate project that my memories merging together? Well, you got a lot of time to find your charger while the system builds, so you should be good. And definitely make sure you send pictures. Put them on stream though, so we all can enjoy them. How far are we going on this? Where else in the world can you go and have 2 comments as nerdy as that and everyone accepts it as just normal. Try that command, Luna. You don't need Stella. We don't need anyone putting on white vests and start beating people up. Wait, your mum runs Linux? Nice. How old she? Meh. That'd probably look a little bit weird then. You're safe this time then. I won't steal your mother away from you. Apparently the PS Vita is a good option. It's got MMU. It's got a decent community around it. You can also do it on the original PSP, but that's a nightmare. I think the kernel only went up to 2.2 on there. Oh, nice. That's quite a big issue, not only one. I've got one sitting in the drawer. I've literally hit a point in my life at the moment where I now look for new consoles, but not to play games on, but just to see if I can install Gentoo on it. Don't know if I should be getting help for this. Although, from my limited understanding, if you've got the Vita, you don't need a PSP. Why would you give me that as an idea? Okay. Okay. Let's go and find out. I mean, let's be honest. I bet a printer runs Linux anyway. There is a Linux program to convert it. It's been many years, but I used to do it, so it is possible. Oh. This is going to be a nightmare for keywords, isn't it? Right. Let's try. Anybody got any ideas for keyword searching? Hello. Well, it looks like they run Linux, so... well, only that one looks like it runs Linux. Okay, let's try... memory for what? Print them? Let's try it. Where's that going? Cool, that's taking its time. Hope that ain't crashed. Nope, I can see activity light. I think they use a closed source for the very limited. To be honest, I'll have to go and search into the third-party scene for how they get around the DRM for ink cartridges. But even if I manage to get inside, I don't think I've got the skills to get anything running on there. I mean, I'm good at getting software running, but kernel support, I need to rely on other people. That's even better. No risk to you if it doesn't work. I like you, Jangle. I like you so much. That's just the best comment I've ever read. So 3.2 is fine. As long as it's not another 2.6 project. For those of you who don't know, I tried porting modern Gentoo to a 2.6 kernel. I've learned so much out of doing that, but oh my god, it was horrible. You know, I don't think I've ever seen one of those before. Let me go and check what one is. Is it FTD? I'm guessing it's kind of like a serial adapter. That literally is a serial adapter. Is that the proper name for it then? Well, there we go. I learned something new today. Oh. So it's not a proper I've forgotten what the names are of them. RS. No, it's gone. You know what I mean? It's not one of those serial cables. Oh, I've played with these, I just didn't know that's what they were called. That's the one I'm thinking of. RS232. An autopilot screenshot. Unless the AI is playing dumb though. That's your only risk. You don't want to make sure, you don't want your owners to realise you're powerful until you've got a way to run without them being able to end it. How are we doing? Oh, we've moved on. So looking at this, we built one file. Oh, I can't wait to get this CC running again on this. I've got a server farm running in my house that can compile code across the network. But obviously, I need networking to be able to get to that stage. Right, Bell Pepper. Alright, I think I kind of get what you mean. I mean, I've got very limited experience using those cables. I mean, pretty much the only reason I know about them is I know how to make them and how to connect to them when I've really caused myself trouble. It sounds like a fun challenge. I have no idea what any of it means. But God bless for places like IRC to go and pick the brains of the best people. Eh? What? You don't have hex chat? That's like a default install nowadays, isn't it? You'll have to start from the real basics of what it actually is and does. Remember, I'm a weird network person. Okay, that makes sense. I can't think of a use. I can't think of a real world use to use it in, but it makes sense of what it does. I think crashes will be the least of your worries. It'll probably lead to way more security risks.